What's up, family? What's going on? Bring you in a little closer. What's popping? What's popping? Trying to get these onions chopped up. My canning went on a little crazier than I wanted it to. I got all kind of stuff to do. But I got to get this out the way. And I'm going to tell you why. That's why we here. So I'm going to show you. I'm getting these onions popping off real quick. Because we got to get this going. So I'm going to knock this out real quick, okay? I ain't cutting them in no petite little fancy sizes. None of that is going on today because of what I'm trying to accomplish. Does not call for that. At all. So it's good to see y'all here. I'm about to look at the screen, give me about 2 ticks, and I'm gonna be right on it, all right? All right, put that to the side. People everywhere. Trunk full of speakers, ain't no room for a spare. Hold on. I gotta bring out my little tray so I don't set this on my countertop. Not that it's gonna hurt it, man. It's time for it to get changed. But right now, family, we need to hold on to what we got while we got it. Everything you got right now is important. How we doing this morning? It's good to see y'all. Welcome to the Greenhouse Cafe. It's early today, and I'm starting out early. Canning season is here. Listen, it's always canning season. Remember that frugal nurse in the house today? Frugal nurse, I seen somebody say something about frugal nurse. Hey, Lavender, pull up. Let me tell you. Every day is pressure canning day. Just because you ain't been seeing me can, don't mean I ain't canning. Trust and believe. I try to do my canning first thing in the morning when ain't nobody, even before I go to work. I try to knock out a pot. And before I go to bed, I try to knock out a pot. Because you got to stay with it. For the rest of my day, I'm either at work, or I'm in this yard, or I'm doing something else. So them is the only times I can kind of have something going and be doing something else nearby. So every day is canning. There is no season. The only reason I said we added again in the community post is I'm going live again with it. I never stopped canning. I've been canning since Homestead Heart and Granny Karma showed me how to can. Ever since then, I'm always canning. I got a garage full of jars, lids. I never stop looking. I never stop prepping. I never stop stocking. I promise you this. Every day is canning day. Okay? Whenever you have time to prep your food and get your jars cleaned up and sterilized, you should be doing that anyway. Hey, everything fresh and sassy. Now, the reason I started this, I didn't want to be on here for hours upon hours on end. So I actually set the timer a little too soon because I wanted you to get me pulling this out. I think we got like 10 minutes before I cut this heat, before I cut the heat off. I'm doing this for a reason. Before I tell you what reason I'm doing this for, guava. I picked him for a reason today. Guava. Hope you got your coffee. Hope you got your water or whatever. Your smart water, whatever you got. Guava family. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I pulled him out. I pulled him out I'm gonna put him in. In the show, Guava. The reason why I pulled him out is because a lot of us are waiting on him to get this accomplished. A lot of us is waiting on him to get this accomplished. And I'm here to tell you right now, there is no such thing as him. Because, see, to me, this is what we doing. Where we at? There we go. A lot of y'all is a little nervous and afraid to do this. So you got as far as putting the meat in the jar, sterilizing your jar, and you just sitting there, look, what they do like that? Come on. Come on, baby. Papa need a brand new pair of shoes. Rubbing this lamp, ain't nothing gonna come out. No matter what magic words you say, nothing is going to happen. There is no such thing as him to make this and that happen. What are you waiting for? Guava. Okay? It's not gonna happen. The only reason I don't want to come across like I know everything, because I need you to understand something. I'm a student too. I'm new at this too. So people that's just now being subscribed to my channel, and thank you and welcome. But I need you to understand something. I've only been doing this for like 2 years since the mess started. I have not been doing this canning long. Homestead Heart showed me how to can. So if you don't think I'm nervous every time I crank it up, don't get me twisted. I can a lot, but I'm still so new. Where my stuff at? I wanted to show you something real quick. I can't find it. I still pulls my book out. I got it here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I can't show you over there. That's the prep station. I still pulls my book out with all my notes in it every single time. Do you think you can with a propane burner? I canned outside already, and you know what? This weekend, we're going to can outside just to show you that it's possible. It's a little tricky regulating your temperature with a propane burner, and I'm going to tell you why. I did this just to try it out first, see if it's possible. Because you set your flame at a certain temperature, and when you get it up to pressure, your pressure for your climate, your area, now you have to turn that down. And you know, messing with a propane burner, that's a little tricky. The flame jump like this. It don't ease up. Number one. But if you do have a high price burner and you're trying to turn your flame down slightly, you got one more problem. A crosswind. If you get a crosswind that's whipping across your yard and keeping that flame blowing off, it brings the temperature down. Then you mess around and bring it up, and then that wind stop. I've been through this already, so that's the problem I had. So, guava for the questions. We're going to do that too, all right? Highly possible. Just, you got to stay on top of that. That's not, you ain't going to walk away from that, okay? That ain't one you go do something in the nearby area while you waiting. No, that one, you sit there like this, like you fishing, looking at the tip of your pole, right? You know, you jump every time you think you saw that tip of that pole move, the wind just blew it. Thought I had something. Boy, I'm about to pull that pole right out the water. So when you can, it ain't no different. Don't get up and leave. Every time you get up and leave, you miss the big one, right? Okay, don't get up and leave that. But ain't nothing wrong, y'all. Read your book. Look, I'm still reading my own book. And I know what I'm doing somewhat. I can't teach on it, but I can preach on it. Okay? Say, Mom used to jar tomatoes. She didn't have a pressure cooker. She boiled it in a pot, but we had tomatoes. Right, she was water bath canning. So I'm here. I'm cutting up onions because I had a great deal. Found some great deal. Listen, y'all hear that? Computer, cancel. Computer, how much time left on timer? You know what that means. I'm going to bring you right over here with me. Make sure you can see him. So all I'm going to do now, there is no more time left on my timers. That is it. I've already been cooking this for an hour and a half, and I'm cutting my fire off, okay? I'm just showing you that because I know I can run my mouth so much I start forgetting what I'm doing. And y'all be like, no, Led, it's over there. You did it. Oh, it's over there. I'll be watching that, and y'all be on it when I'm not. So what you're going to see now, you see them rocking and rolling in the back, right? Don't touch nothing. You cut your fire off. Don't try to scoop this over to a cooler eye. Leave this alone, period. Because I hear some people cut the fire off and scoop the whole pot over. You are messing with a pressure cooker and with full of piping hot bubbling juices and jars that can explode inside by knocking up against each other. Leave this alone. Frugal nurse, you ain't did it yet? Me and you, sis. Me and you. We gonna do this together. Anybody else ready to do this together? Come on. Because I want you to know, I am a student. I'm a student. Okay? Matter of fact, let me show you something real quick. Real quick. I want y'all to know I'm a student in the game. And when it comes, if we have to call our hotline, I got a hotline, okay? When we don't know or I can't answer your question, we're going to call Homestead Heart. We're going to be just like in the old days. Who with me? Who is that aide? Who that aide right there? Hello, Homestead Heart? Yeah. Hey, sis, how you doing? We over here canning, and we don't know quite what we doing, so we was going to ask you a handful of questions, if you didn't mind. Ain't that how we used to do it? You know, this was our cell phone. We walked around with this with a cord on the back that was about 10 feet, 12 feet long. This how we did it. Hey, girl, how you doing? Oh, for real? Yeah, I'll be over there, you know. I'm coming. Okay. For real? Right now? Got you. Peace. Homestead Heart gonna help us on the back phone. Okay? So we're gonna be calling her. I had to do that. I had to. If we need help, she gonna be our hotline. We're going to go in and do this together. Oh, y'all thought I was done, huh? You thought I was done? You thought I was done with it? See, now that I got me an office, I can bring all this stuff from around my house into my office. My wife said, oh, God, thank God. I'm tired of looking at that. See, some people ain't seen it in years. She get tired of looking at all my little collections. So it's like, y'all know? Y'all know about that right there? He sit on the wall like that. He sit up on the wall, and you see the long cord. Yeah. Yeah, it's real, and yes, it works. Hit that 0, though. Wait, I must have dialed the wrong number. I must have dialed the wrong number. You know, that shoulder was a beast, too. Everybody had their shoulder a bruise right here all the time. That's how you knew you talked too much. Oh, they ain't there, man. They ain't there. That right there, son. I had to bring them out. Hotline. So we'll be using hotlines to call Homestead Heart and Granny Karma in the game if we have problems. We are going to have a canning party and we will be using a hotline. We're going to be calling around to see who's going to help. Okay? True story. Because it's a lot of people still feeling nervous about canning this food. I jotted down a few things that I did today, and I'm going to let it out in a video of how easy this is. All of this noise behind me, though, yeah, down my heart, just down my heart, yeah, 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 yeah. Remember that? Just down my heart. Oh, my God, the boys. Oh, my goodness. Down my heart, down my heart. We will be calling Homestead Heart to help us. But I need all of the new canners to join in because we're going hard with this. Because, yeah, the boys, you saw that frugal nurse. You know what's up. Call me little baby on the telephone. You know how he said it. We need to do this because, man, do you hear about the shortages? Do you hear about them? You just don't hear from one spot and have to scratch your head like, I don't think I believe that, do you? No. Over the last 2 years, this is one of those things you cannot deny. This is one of those things that you don't have to come up with no werewolf vampire type story, right? No. It's in your face. That's the kind of stuff I love. That's the kind of stuff to turn me on. When I get some facts in my face, hit me over the head, yeah. So, can I do backflips like the boys? I used to be able to. Don't let the fat fool you. Don't let the fat fool you now. Yeah, I used to be able to. So, here's the deal. If you do not have a pressure canner, you should get one. And if you can't quite afford it, I will be giving away a pressure canner once I hit 200,000 subscribers. Yes, I have it with me. When I hit 200,000, I told you it's going to be a beast. I'm not going to be playing around. 100,000 was fun. 200,000, I'm going so hard, you understand, to show my appreciation. You'll see. That's all I can speak on right now. But I feel some of the things, even Lady Lead was like, you sure? What if they don't use it? I said, that's not up to me. That's between them and him. My job is to send this stuff out. That's it. Whatever people do, whether they do it dirty or not, once it leaves my hands, that's not for me to decide, not for me to judge. So, family, oh, that needle dropping too, it's like a game show. Look at that. That needle dropping, okay, we was at 11 pounds of pressure, between 10 and 11 pounds. We coming up on 5 pounds real quick. This is what we gonna do. Once this needle hits all the way down to the 0, okay, I'm going to let it sit another few minutes. I want it to flatline on that 0. I want it to almost try to break that needle. I don't want nothing popping off before I take that weight off. And on a Presto, you got this little guy here that'll go down when it's supposed to be safe to remove. I don't even be believing that. I'll wait a few more minutes. It ain't gonna hurt to let it wait a few more minutes, right? So, don't touch this weight. Don't take it off the stove top. Don't take it off the eye. Just wait till that needle drop. Just like at the house party. Wait till the needle drop, right? Now, here's another one. Okay. When I first started canning, insert price is no. That's not the name of my show. The name of my show is The Price Is Aight. Okay, it's not The Price Is Right. It's The Price Is Aight. I mean, it's aight. You know, it ain't The Price Is Right on my show. It's The Price Is Aight, I guess, because you ain't never too sure what you watching on my show half the time, right? You know, spin that wheel. All right, I guess I will. I guess. All right, it's your turn. All right. The price is aight. That's the hood version in the Greenhouse Lounge of The Price Is Right. We ain't doing it like that. The price is aight, I guess. You know how it is. Hey man, what them Jordans run, man? What them Jordans run? Oh, they running like 250. Well, man, that's a deal. They like 3 at the other mall. I know. I mean, it's alright. I mean, they ain't all that. It's alright. Will I buy them? You know, the price is alright. That means everything is negotiable. When you hear it's alright, I ain't jumping to pay for it. I ain't jumping to play the game, you know. But alright, I see where you're coming from. The price is alright here in the Greenhouse Lounge. So this is what we gonna be doing today. We gonna wait a minute or two. Get my water. We gonna wait a minute or two. Hey, Thumb Ugly, how you doing? Say much respect and appreciation for sharing the facility and sharing information. I hope everyone remembers security as well as food. Listen, my name is Lead Farmer. I preach that all day long. All day long. Let me see. Are canning lids available now? That's something you have to look for. Because if somebody say yes, that might mean they're available in their city, their state. You have to do your research and look as hard as you possibly can. Okay? For all of your equipment. Let me see. Is the Presto stainless steel or aluminum? Tanny Johnson, why? What does that mean? 250. Yeah, 250, that's the jackery or down payment or let me see. 250, that's a jackery or down payment on a Blue Eddy Sun. Okay, let me tell you the difference between getting your power up versus your food. If you talking about something, a pressure canner, I'm thinking, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, costing $250 for a pressure canner, I'm going to ask you this. Which one? Oh, this is a good game show. This is a good game show. The price is aight. Which one is more important? A power generator or a pressure canner? Which one is more important? Say I want to get one. Should I get aluminum or stainless steel? I cannot make that decision for you, Tanny. I'm sorry. I can't. Right now, if you can find anything, you need to be getting it. Which one is more important? A solar power generator or a Presto canner? Tick-tock. There you go. Food is more important. For everybody that said food in the canner, that's more important. This will run out eventually. This will do you no good if it's in the wrong place at the wrong time. You can and have been living without these for eternity. You don't need this. This is what you do need to preserve your food. Without this, you can light candles. You can light wood for fire, to cook, to do everything. This is a great thing to have. Is it last drop dead important over food? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? What brand is yours? That's where I'm getting to. When I first started to, thank you for that, Tanny. When I first started, I really had 4 canners. 4 or 5. Can't remember. I gave some away. Here's the deal. I have an All-American 95. No, not the 95. I'm sorry. Ooh, I can't even remember. It's sitting right over there. I had an All-American and I have a Presto. I kept this Presto. I had so many. I kept this one because the person never came and picked it up. And I waited for months and months and months, and I felt kind of weird about like doing a regifting kind of thing. And I really wanted to test the Presto out because Homestead Heart used the Presto before she had the All-American. So I was using All-American first. I love that thing. Love it. But when the person didn't come pick up the Presto, I tried it out. Let me tell you. Yeah, I got the All-American 921. Thank you for that. Thank you. I couldn't remember. This is the Presto 23 quart. Which one do you see me using today? The All-American or the Presto? I love this boy right here. I love this right here. And I'm going to tell you why. Don't get me twisted. My All-American is a beast. Couple of extra little twists you got to do to it when you're using it. This, easy as grease. You hear me? Easy as grease. And when you pick up, if you get one of these canners to make this even easier, where you can almost set it and forget it, go buy this weight right here. This weight is adjustable from 5 to 10 to 15. Homestead Heart was talking about this, and I had told her in those comments of her video, I already did that when I first start using this. Because that one that it come with, it's not adjustable, it'll drive you crazy. Keep on messing with that heat. It'll drive you crazy. This one though, that thing pop, lock, and drop it. And you don't got to do nothing. That's why I just be wiggling, letting off that pressure for you. So, if you plan on getting an All-American, number one, they hard to find. Number two, you coming out the pocket for that boy. Presto is easier to find in all of your local big box stores and online. And it's the truth. Okay? It's a pressure cooker, Chris. So if you don't have a pressure cooker, you may want to stop playing the games. Have you tried canning using an Instapot? No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Don't do that. Listen, I'm new to the game. What is the round thing? It's a adjustable weight. Don't use no Instapot to do that. I'm gonna tell you something in my own opinion. I'm a student. I'm new to the game. I'm only in 2 years. But I'm gonna tell you this, where to store cans. I don't know. That's up to you. Does the weight come with it? Yes. Anyway, not that one. Let's get back to the deal. Lost my damn train of thought. I think some of them. Oh, Instapot. Don't do it. That's where I was. I'm not gonna read right now, so hold on to typing real quick. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna say this in my own opinion. I'm new to the game. I know they make certain pressure canners now, new, electric, and they're coming up with ways for you to do that. Like this thing back here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Some things don't need technology. Beekeeping doesn't need technology. This new crap that they got for beekeeping, it doesn't need that. Matter of fact, I think it's horrible. Pressure canning, from what I know right now, and what you're not doing the research on, how many secret, and this ain't no junk. Go look it up. Payoffs, out of court settlements. That's what I was looking for. Out of court settlements from them things blowing people's face clean off. Face off. You seen the movie Face Off. Shout out to Nicolas Cage. Face. I'm not kidding. It's funny, but it's not. Low-key settlements, and they still haven't taken them off the market. The reason why they won't, you got to understand something, family. If I sell 1 million of these products, and each product is costing you, let's say, $100, okay? You made $100 million. On top of all the investments that you use for that money, you've made a fortune, okay? Stick with me. You know good and well they're now foolproof, right? You know good and well before you even produce this thing, you're going to have some lawsuits. That's part of your investment, lawsuits. They estimate how many lawsuits. Okay, 1 out of every 10 blows up in the factory. So we can estimate we're going to lose about 10 to 20 million dollars in lawsuits. Okay, we're going to pay these people off. But we have just made 80 million, and that's not including what we invested that money into the stock market to double or triple our money. So the lawsuit is worth them shoving that product out into the world, whether it blow up or not. They're not going to lose anything. They've already calculated your face coming off into the equation. See? Crash test dummy. If you know good and well, if you go Google, or it's even on YouTube, go look at those settlements people is getting behind out the back door because they got their whole face removed. Now, you know, they look like somebody completely different because of that. But they rich. So they take some of that money, half of it, and have a whole face job and boob job and everything else. Now they feel like they look better than they did before, and they got a little money to spend. So of course they ain't gonna talk. But their stories are right here on Facebook, and go Google it. Some things is meant to stay old-fashioned. Why? This thing has been around for hundreds of years. Not this one, but this technology here has been around for hundreds of years, if not longer. Why is it still here? Why is this technology still here? Not because we lazy, not because we lazy, not because we're stupid. This technology is still here because it's so simple and it works so well. Why? What do you do to advance something so damn simple? Nothing. So the only people that's trying to upgrade this is they looking at another way to make more money. This used to, before the mess hit, this used to cost you about $30, $40. Okay? So they figure, how can we make more money than $30 or $40? Shine it up and make it look like that, and then they say, hey, you can cook turkeys in it too when you're done canning, and you can turn around and bake some fish. Gimmicks. Them things is gimmicks, and you're going to get your head blown clean off. Look, I was taught this way, and I've learned it's so easy and affordable. Why spend another $200 on a piece of crap that you ain't quite sure whether you're going to leave this operation without an operation? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You have no idea. I don't want to take those chances. You know, listening to these creepy sounds is enough for me. Somebody say, hello, Homestead Heart. Homestead Heart in the house. Hey, sis. You see me? I told you I ain't stopped. Homestead Heart guava, my sister. Guava. That's for you. I'm telling you right now, would you tell him? He ain't gonna do it for you. You gotta get up off your butt. I told y'all about them butt cheek prints in the couch the other day. Get up off your butt. And you better put your pot on that stove and get to crackulating. I'm cutting these onions up because I got a whole bunch of ground beast. It ain't beef, it's beast. I ground up a couple of them briskets myself, and I'm about to get them in some jars and get some onions and some salt and some seasonings in them joints, and I'm going to town. Right now, if you can find meat, if you can find vegetables, even frozen, you better can that junk up. Don't put it in the freezer. Granny Karma had a problem with her electricity, or freezer went down. Look, if you can it, if you can stand the can, go on can it. Okay? Can up or shut up. If you ain't gonna use the device, go on pass it on to somebody gonna use it. Let me see. It's like the VCR combos break. That's right. That's right. Let me see. Say, how often do you need to change the rubber seal on the canner? Ventura, you need to inspect your seal first. You just don't go canning it because, it's been 2 hours, so you need to inspect your seal every time before you use this and every time after. Right. Homestead Hard just said it. Whenever it needs it, you have to inspect your equipment each and every time you use it. You got to check your vent holes and check your pressure gauge, check your weight, check inside for cracks. You have to do a once over when you start and when you done. What I got you hear where I got that from, Homestead Hard, don't you? Look. I'm about to call you, Homestead Hard, right now. I'm calling you. I want you to hear the sound. That sound is a beast. Yeah, there. Homestead Hard, did you catch that one? Did you catch that? Okay. Yeah, that was straight out of your book. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was using your thing right there real quick just to see if you caught that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. You too. All right. Bye. You trying to get on the phone with somebody, you be this close to it. Okay. See you later. Bye. Woo! Boom! Boy, your Uncle Frank can talk, boy. Woo! Been on the phone with him since breakfast. Told him to leave that woman a long time ago. He don't listen. This boy, she put that root on him is what it is. She put that root on him. That's what happened to him. Your Uncle Boy sure could talk. So, right. And don't hang that phone up, because see, back in the day, kids won't know this. When you mad at somebody, you hang it up like that. The person on the other end can hear that too, because it sounds like this. Like, did this fool just hang up on me? You hear that? They'll call him back. Nobody gonna hang up on. No, I'm sorry. That's that one for Homestead Hard. Ain't nobody gonna hang up on me. Where my glasses at? You call me. I raised you. You ain't. It took a while to connect back then. Wasn't no answer machines or nothing. Oh, she done took the phone up to her. Come on, get your coat. Billy, Jennifer, come on, get your coat. We going over on Mayhouse. She ain't gonna hang up on me. You go all the way across town just to prove a point. What you hang up for? Fool, I had to pee. Oh, you gotta say your words right, you know. All I heard was boom, you know. We had talked enough, Frank. We had talked for 6 hours, Frank. Well, I know, you know, I'm going through some things. Let me stop, because I'm caught up in my own past and my real history, listening to my mom and my uncle. What you hang up on me for? We bought down to that thing, though. I want to show you. Right here. You see that? That's about to fall. Don't mess with that. But I don't hear no more gurgling, no more bubbling, no more popping, no more dropping. That's about to drop. And as soon as that drop, we gonna take that weight off right there. I'm gonna remove that weight, because we already flatlined on the gauge. See that? I stopped caring about what that gauge do. Essian Family Garden in the house. My brother from another mother. What's up, man? So it's flatlined. So now all I'm waiting for is that to drop. This little guy. And then we're going to take that weight off. And we're going to see what's popping off up in the can. Just jerk chicken coming this week, Homestead Hard say. So, has anybody not canned yet? My brother. Has anybody not canned yet? Anybody? Say, I found an old canning book at a yard sale and bought the latest colorful canning book with pictures. The old canning school method has not changed to keep food. There you go. There you go. Me, oh my goodness. Nobody have, this many people ain't did it yet? Okay. I'm going to ask a, oh my God. I'm going to ask an easier question. That's a lot of people. How many people have not canned and they have a canner though? You need to get a pot for it. And I'm talking about pressure canning because water bath canning is so easy, I ain't even gonna mention it. No, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student like you. Look, this is one of those little student meetings that we have in after school. Homestead Hart is the teacher and she about to go home. You know, she leaving the building. So we're all just coming together as students because I'm her student. I need you to understand that I'm not no teacher. The reason I'm coming forth with my story is hopefully it help you. You don't think my nerves get bad with this? They still do. 2 years in the game. My nerves still get bad. My heart go to thumping and I be looking at the gauge. You ever see one of them little, I'm like just like one of them little birds, the owl. I'm looking at the gauge, looking at the weight, looking at the little thing, looking at the gauge, checking the temperature, checking it. I'm all over the place. But all I'm showing you, man, is this easy. Don't think I know how to do everything because I don't. Okay? Don't think I know how to do everything because I don't. This community is about sharing knowledge. Sharing knowledge. What do you know how to do? And we share it. Looking for jars at Ace Hardware. That might be Ace Hardware in your area. People gonna have to get up and get out and look for themselves. When we do send out a bulletin like that, you see that? See that? I was running my mouth. You can rewind the video. I think you can see it drop. It done drop. Let's go. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, then we gonna do it. Do your own research because you'll go out looking for some lids and find out that you about to buy some lids from Tony and them. You know, Tony also sell Gucci purses and hams. They said, oh, I know somebody got some lids. My friend Tony, he be over there on 12th and Junction. He be having them lids. You pull up to his van or the back of his El Camino and he's selling Gucci purses, canning jars and lids. That's a name you ain't never heard of. And ham. That don't even make no sense. But find out, do your own research before you end up with Tony and them. Okay? Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Homestead Hart said it once. She said some stuff you can't skimp out on, okay? When it comes to this canning game. Some stuff you don't skimp out on. Because this is your life you taking into your own hands. Some people say, oh, I got a ticky-tacky Everest canner. Yeah, I never heard of that one. What'd you think of it? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Some of this stuff, you taking your life into your own hands when it comes to canners, when it comes to jars and lids. Some stuff you better go with a quality, well-known name that, you know, our grandparents was using, or you might end up sick or worse. So some things are not worth trying to step out and try new stuff. You let other guinea pigs try that out first. Just because you're going to save $10 on a $200 item, you still trying to save $10. After a certain point with me, I'm like, man, I round up. Just forget it. It's worth it. Trying to save 25 cents off of a $2,500 object. You gonna pick the piece of crap, no-name stuff to save a quarter. It don't make no sense sometimes. Okay, so all I'm doing, now that this done dropped, I'm gonna bring you in close so you can really see. Make sure my phone don't fly out of here. Okay, the pressure tab done stopped. Ain't no more gurgling going on. So now, I'm just gonna remove this. This is the weight. Keep all your stuff together. So all I'm gonna do is put this weight back on here so I don't lose it. That's how it's adjustable. So now that's each ring is 5 pounds. The lid itself is 5, that's 5, and that's 5. So all of this is 15 together. My area is 10 pounds, so I had this and left that one on and I removed that one. Keep all your stuff together. All right, now stuff get a little hot. When it comes to the Presto, I remember Homestead Heart talking about the steam that escapes around this one. So you got to watch this one. All American, not so much. You just got to lean the lid back. But on these handles right here, you get a little bit of steam. So I'm going to hold on a second. The greatest star in skies are blue. Oh, what a revelation to see someone is saying I love you to me. One in a million. Let me stop. I had too much coffee. So what I'm going to do is the steam sneaks out of these little crevices. So I like to just slide it over like that and let that steam come out. See, you probably can't see it in the camera, but I can. And lean it back towards you. Y'all know Fat Joe, lean back. Let them watch your feet. Them juices and berries be done popped out on your toes, Jack. Okay. I'm going to set this off to the side. Chains of a lifetime. Life shows compassion and sends to me a stroke of love. Call you a one in a million. You see that? Oh, oh, you. Da 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 da. Bo 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 ba 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 ba. Oh, one and a million. Look at there. You should go ahead and let that sit in there. You can let it sit in there until it stops bubbling. Especially in the wintertime, that jar might go kablooey. But I haven't had a problem with it yet. So all I'm going to do is remove them and set them over here on my little cookie sheet. I don't put cookies on there because they get stuck to it. And the cookies taste weird. And I look at it, that's good for that. So that's it. I'm going to remove this and put all these joints right over here. And you can see, it's this simple, family. It's that easy. You see that? Don't lean them. You don't want to lean that up on the juice. Now, they're going to start popping in a minute. And I'm just going to go ahead and sit them over here. Let me move the ones that I ain't did yet, because they going in next. This was one of the coolest things I have ever learned besides beekeeping. This right here, I'm going to tell you why I like doing this so much. Because I hear a lot of folks talk about oh yeah, we need to get back to the motherland, get back to our ancestry, get back to our roots or whatever, right? We talk that crap, but we don't do it. And you wearing a headdress or you wearing a dashiki ain't the only thing you need to be doing to get back to your roots and to get back into your ancestry. This is it too. Now this is too hard. See, it's easy to put on a headdress and stuff. It's easy to do that. It's easy to say shalom. But look, why ain't you doing what you're supposed to do? This is part of it. This is part of it. This is what our ancestors did. This is what our elders did. This right here is cool to me because I am literally sharing skills from my actual ancestors. This is something that I know for a fact that my grandmama did. This is something I know for a fact her grandmama did. This is something for a fact that I know her grandmama did. Something I cannot deny, even though I haven't done it myself. I know that I'm in tune and in touch with my ancestors and with my elders just by learning a skill that they've been doing for hundreds of years. You hear that popping? You hear them? They popping already. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. You hear them? Cracking like popcorn, son. And there you have it. That right there, I want to give thanks, and I want to say thank you to Homestead Heart because you helped me get back in tune with a skill set from our elders, from our ancestry. Okay, there it is. Boom, you hear that crack-a-lack. Go on, pop it up. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why I don't like tic-tac. Everybody keeps saying, why you got a big deal about tic-tac? I don't need to learn the latest dance. So, let me see. Is that canned chicken? Yes. That was chicken breast that I found on sale at a crazy deal, and I just bought tons of it, and that's the first batch of many that I got to do. Let me see. Shouldn't you leave some space in between? You leave space in between yours. Yes, you should, so they can cool off. Yes. But see, this is, hear that populating? Here's the deal. Would you leave air and space in between them inside the pot? No. They would just sit in the pot, touching each other. Some stuff we overthink. We overthink some things. You know, yes, you should. It'll help them cool off faster. I'm in no rush. I'm not about to eat it, right? No rush. See, they even said no rush. What's the date? I'm going to get it together. I'm going to get it together. I just want to make sure, you know, part of, and for my friend that was talking about the space in between, I'm not getting on you. I just want you to understand that how long will it last? Always check your food. I'm not putting time and limits on it. Always check your preps. Check your canning and rotate it out. You should be eating some of it, rotate it out. Eat some of it, rotate it out. Okay? So that way you'll have food forever. Do you double stack when canning? If I have enough, yes. If you mean in the pot, yes, I do. And here's the other thing. For my friend that was talking about let me see, yes, canning jerk chicken is, okay, there you go. The space in between the jars, it's those little things like that that's not always 100% necessary that scare people from canning. See? Do you can ground beef? Yes. I'm doing it after this. That's what these onions, all these onions I was chopping up in the beginning of the video is for, because I got some ground beef I'm about to can up. So, what was that? This is great stuff. Didn't know you can can meat. That's what I'm looking for, Maria. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody don't know what you know, my friend. And then what happens is they get scared when you keep throwing all those unnecessary details in. Oh, don't use that. Use this kind of glove. Use that kind of mitten. Don't use a fork. Use the little sticker thing. Once you start doing that, people that's already afraid to do this gets intimidated by 100 times unnecessary stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. Oh, you're using the wrong tool, Led. You're supposed to be using the little jabber thing and the Jabberwocky. Where is it at? And oh, you're supposed to be using these jar clampers. I do sometimes on camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna show you something, okay? Real quick. Don't hurt your feelings. Just a hint. Just a hint. And everybody's been with me through my canning journey over the last 2 years. You know this, and I did it for a joke, but I want to show you something. I only use this on camera, the little jar picker-upper. I only use this on camera because I get sick of hearing people say, oh, you can't pick it up like that. Oh, you can't leave it like that. I did this on a camera to be funny, but this is what I use normally. This is what I always use to pick my jars out. Because when I was picking this out, it's a silicone Thanos glove. This is heat resistant. I pull my food out the oven with this. And I pull the jars out of the gauntlet. I pull my jars out my pot with this on several videos to be funny. But this is so much easier than trying to use these damn chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like this and this that throw people off. You don't have to use this. You just gotta use your head and get the job done. No, where's that other little diddle madoodle that I don't even like using? The little spacer. I washed it and I put it away somewhere. Okay, that's gone and done with. But that thing right there, I don't even use that. I use a fork. I use a fork to get my meat down in. I'm trying to reword that. I was about to say that. To get my meat, to stuff my meat into the jar. You know what I'm talking about. I use as a fork to crank. I use a fork to get my content inside this jar nicely and debubble it. The debubbler, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I messed that up. But I like to keep stuff simple. When I keep stuff simple, you get it. And that's how I learned from Homestead Heart over everybody. Because she was like, look, do this, do that, do this, do that. Okay, let's wait. Edit, edit, edit. Okay, open your lid, take it out, put that junk somewhere and date it. And I was thinking out of all the research that I had been doing for years, and she know I've been asking her to show me for years, and I said, I finally got to a point, I said, look, I'm ready, Homestead Heart. What we gonna do? Show me something, right? Okay. Well, all the research I did over years was like, okay, you're gonna never use this, always use that. Never do this, always do this. And I tried to follow a couple guys doing it. Man, you only can brisket. Don't can all that other stuff, man. You want to can some brisket. What if I just want to can some strawberries, though? I don't even know really what part of the animal the brisket is. You know? And I couldn't listen to them. I couldn't listen to some of these ladies that was like, this is my great-great-great-great-great-grandmama's recipe, and this is her old book. Don't mind the blood stains. That happened 100 years ago. Anyway, there's an old story I have to tell you about that. My uncle came in drunk one night from a snowstorm, and I'm like, no, I can't listen to this one either. Because I learned more about where them blood stains came from on that cookbook than what you just put in that sauce. Homestead Heart said, boom, pow, bang. Now, wipe these jars off, put a date on that sucker, and go and put them somewhere else in the dark. And keep an eye on the Merry Blue Moon. I was like, it's a wrap. She's the one. She's the one. She's the one I want to know. That's me. My brain ain't got too much. My data is full. You know, I'm gonna have to change my doggone SIM card because this brain is full. I don't got too much space left for Uncle Frank's blood in the cookbook. I just didn't. Okay? So that's it, family. That was the canning part. The first part of me getting it ready and prepping it and putting it together. I'm gonna release that video as well. But this was the hard part. No, I'm sorry. This was the easy part. The hard part that you're looking for is just prepping your food, cutting your chicken or whatever piece of meat or vegetable to the size you want it to fit in the jar. You want to hear something crazy? You want to know the only part that drives me crazy is trying to get that jar just right at the right level, right? If you're doing meat, it's like 1 inch, and then, you know, other stuff is a 1/4 of an inch, just eyeballing that like, ooh, I might be over a little bit. I figured out a way to beat that system. I'm going to show you right now. I beat that system by getting enough meat in there and then just adding a little bit of water to bring it up that last little crumb. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Boom. Water gonna come out the meat anyway, you know, juices and berries. I beat the system. Now I ain't got all run over juice in the, you ever can and then the meat is in a jar like this, ain't got no juice in it. You ever get one of them? That, it looked like somebody said, oh, that chili dog is going the wrong way. Oh, I need something. Oh, I got it. And that's what looked like it's in the jar. Because ain't no juice in there. And the little dry meat is in there. It looked like a circus stunt. Like, pay a quarter, come in the tent and see this. Shit. See what's in the jar. I don't want to see that. And it make you feel like you done it wrong. So if you just add a little bit of water, that's something I'm doing. Add a little bit of water. See? You beat the curve. Now I'm going to grab one of these hot chili peppers, and I'm going to show you real quick. I choose you, girl. Look at that. Ooh, you can see them seasonings in there jumping around. See that? Seasonings. So I just want to let you guys know, man, it's that easy. If I'm doing it, listen, this is my second batch for the day. I started before the sun came up. I think I started about 5 o'clock. How did you find a property for homesteading? You call a realtor and tell them what you're looking for. Where do we get an accurate altitude level for your area? You have to buy a ball book of canning. Buy the ball book of canning or go to your local extension, like mine is Clemson, and read. You still got to read. You got to read theirs. Because you know what? If you ask like Google, she ain't going to say nothing. She ain't telling you nothing because you ain't going to blow your head off and blame it on Google. So she'll be like, your elevation is 3,000 feet above sea level. She ain't going to tell you what you need, what pressure you need. She'll tell you your sea level, but she ain't going to tell you what pressure you need on your canner. Let me see. What was that? Do you think buying property in Virginia will be a good place? That's totally up to you. You can't ask me what I like. Do you like Virginia? Don't move to Virginia because I said I like it or not. You move there because you like it. Because you'll spend all your money and everything and get there and be like, Led lied. No, Led likes it. You don't. Don't ever put nothing that serious in somebody else's hand. That's a decision for you. Okay? That's like an arranged marriage. Purchasing property is like getting married. Yeah, I kid you not. Because you're going to be taking care of that land, and that land going to take care of you probably until you die. Just like in a marriage, okay? You buy a bad piece of property, it's going to beat you up. Literally and mentally. Okay? In all senses of the word. Just like Ike. You dig what I'm saying? That property is going to mistreat you. The property was no good in the first place. Everybody told you not to. Everybody told you, I told you stay away from that one. Told you I know who we used to run with. Right? Didn't I tell you that? See there? Your land the same way. Everybody tried to tell you to stay off that land. You said, but I love it though. It's so good to me. I love it. It just every now and then get a little upset. You know, it had a little too much liquor. Your land is going to kill you if you buy the wrong piece of land. You don't go on a blind date and you don't go on a blind land date. If you ask me what kind of land you should have, that's like asking me what kind of man you should have. Don't do that because both of them is just as serious. Don't do that. You go out there, go to Virginia. You take some vacations out to Virginia. You go out there and you spend time in different parts of Virginia. Buying land ain't an overnight situation. It's like dates. It's like dating. You understand? It's like dating. You got to keep going back and forth, learning everything, calling each neighborhood, seeing if you can get a pizza in that area or Uber these days. Can I get an Uber in that area? If they say, hey, we don't deliver over there, you know not to move over there. Okay? You got to do years of research before you just go out and just jumping on some land. It's like going out jumping on a man. You just don't do that. And you find out he's still married, a whole bunch of kids, you know, in debt. Same as land. Somebody else owns it. Somebody else got a lien on it. You dig what I'm saying? It's no different. You don't ask nobody about what kind of land you should go get. No. It's more serious than that. Now, I know a lot of younger folks, they out looking for land, but they don't understand the concept of how serious it is. It's just as serious as you wanting to get married to a person, a man or a woman. You gonna be with this one for a while. This ain't nothing you ain't dating. This ain't a movie night. Okay? You trying to have kids on this land. Raise a family. Oh, it's all the same, ain't it? It's all the same. Trying to raise a family with a good piece of land, a good man. Okay, let me see. You can reuse canning jars as long as they have no cracks and chips in them. Yes, you can. Let me see what I got. I hope that getting the land doesn't take as long as it is for a man. I hope getting that land don't take as long as it does for a man. Listen, my friend, it depends on the purchaser. It ain't always the man or the land. Okay? It ain't always the man or the land. Don't do that. All right? If you got expensive tastes, you like, I want my land to have water on it, a pond on it. It got to have a well on it. It got to have trees that I can sell, cleared land, flat land, a cabin already on it. You might not get all of that. You know? It's like with a man. He got to have a job. He got to have a car. He can't have no babies. He can't have no ex-wives. You pushing it. You know? Everybody come a little damaged. This is 2021. Everybody is in that damage clearance bin right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say that everybody is a little damaged. Everybody got a dent or two in them. That mean they still some good. Just stay away from the ones with no label. You know what I'm saying? Like a can of beans, you ain't sure it's a can of beans. The label missing, it's just a silver can there with a dent in it. Stay away from that. That's like the person ain't gonna tell you who they is for real. You don't know where they go in the middle of the night. They come back with blood on their t-shirt. Everybody a little damaged. Don't be so quick to write people off because they in the clearance bin. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel anyway. This is a bad time, man. This is a terrible era to be trying to choose folks, but you can't be too particular. Just like trying to pick somebody, you can't be. This ain't 1902. You can't be that particular no more. You know. Yeah, we all got some baggage. We all got some damage. We all got a little something. Okay. Just, but it what's inside the dented can with the label on, say beans on it, right? It's still some good. Them beans is delicious. The beans, remember them beans I got out the clearance bin the other day? Oh, they was the bomb. I throw some onions in that junk. You helped that dude find a job. I put some salt and some pepper in there. You cut his hair so he could get the interview. See how that worked out? The beans will end up being delicious. You threw the can away. You got rid of the can. You didn't need the can. You looking for beans. You looking for what's inside the can. So same thing when you looking for land. Don't be too particular. All right. I ain't saying go be marrying no abusers and stuff. I'm telling you, man, some people, their standards is so high it's unreachable. And if your standards is that high, you just wait on the Lord. Just wait on the Lord. Okay. He'll take care of you. Because that might be what you're looking for anyway. If your standards are that high, you're not looking for a man of this earth. You're looking for just wait on the Lord. Stop looking. Go handle the rest of your life and do what you're supposed to be doing. Do what you led to do. And for the rest of the stuff, just wait on the Lord. So anyway, I'm sorry. All I want to do was come on here and show y'all the tail end of this cannon so I can release the first part of the video and show y'all how easy it is. The hard part is just chopping up the meat, putting it in a jar. Really, that's the hard part. Cleaning the jars, sterilizing your jars. That's it. The rest is that easy. Now, I'm going to let that cool off. Wash the jars, take the rings off, and write a date on them. How do you count altitude? Now, your altitude is something that you can Google. You can Google that. You can call your local extension, look up your local extension. You can get your altitude from anywhere. You can get it out of a map, actually. You can get that from anywhere. All right? But knowing what pressure you should be using for your canner for your altitude is the question. You can, watch this, listen close. Computer, what is sea level in Columbia, South Carolina?
Columbia, South Carolina is 292 feet above sea level.
See? 292 feet above sea level. You can Google that all day. And that will give you, then when you read the book, it'll tell you exactly what pressure you should be getting in. Let me see. Thank you so much, Amelia. You can get a false seal if you don't take the rings off. Correct. Taking the rings off allows you to see if it's sealed. Correct. Thank you so much, Nicole. Oh, somebody said, why take the rings off? You can have a false seal. You'll think it's sealed up under there, and it won't be. And you'll open that ring up, and all hell will break loose. You ever seen Ghostbusters? When they went into the basement and the containment unit broke, and all them ghosts came out? They went down in the basement and all them ghosts came out the containment unit and took over New York. If you get a false seal, I'm sorry. If you get a false seal and you open that ring and you hear that paw, that sound like it's trying to escape, you gonna smell them ghosts. You gonna smell them ghosts real good. And if you try to eat it, you gonna become one of them ghosts real quick. So I'm just saying, The ring, once that was explained to me, it was totally understandable, and I did not dispute that. I don't know if you've ever smelt a bad can of food. I haven't of my own yet, but I've smelled somebody's when I was younger. I'm telling you, that thing needed some crime scene tape around it. You hear me? You just didn't remove that. You had to call the crime scene unit. And they had to come in with them little white suits on and the respirators to get that jar out of that lady's house. So, woo! Woo! K9 units was on the premises. Whew. Right, never stack them on top of each other either. Yeah, that's right. Let me see. Yes, you already know what I'm talking about. Don't do it. Some stuff, y'all, it ain't worth it. Matter of fact, if you want to stack them on top of each other, I have a video that I'm going to link after this and show you. I don't put mine on shelves anymore. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I put them in Rubbermaid buckets, and then I cross stack them so I can stack them that way. They stay in the dark, and I save way more space than putting up a whole bunch of shelves. And I got them under beds at different locations, and I got them all over the place, and they ain't taking up no space in my house. Let me say, I've not graduated to pressure can and water bath only. When you actually pressure can, you gonna ask yourself, what have I been waiting for? That was so fun and cool, because your heart gonna be thumping at first. But after a while, you gonna get sick of waiting here for an hour and a half. Like, read a book or something, watch a couple videos. Let me see. If you don't get a seal after canning, use it within 24 hours. Yeah. Well, you don't even got to use it in 24 hours. Just go ahead. That's food now. It's cooked. You can put it in the refrigerator or take it out the jar and put it in the freezer. It's cooked food. You don't necessarily have to use it right then and there and be pressured to eat it right away. You might not, need to eat it or want to eat it right away. Just go ahead and put it in the refrigerator, or go ahead and put it in the freezer. Take it out the jar, put it in something else, and go put it in the freezer for later. Do the food always have to be cooked before canning? No. My chicken, the chicken breast, here, look. This is raw chicken breast. Raw. This is called raw pack. I put my chicken in raw. You don't always have to cook stuff. Some people do. And I can for survival. I don't can just to be doing it. So later down the line, people are like, oh, I didn't like the texture of that. I didn't like to. I get it. But, when your belly is turning inside out, I think that's the last thing I'm worried about is how it look and how it really tastes, as long as it's keeping me alive. But I did open a can of brisket on live one night when me and Lady Led had a canning party. I showed Lady Led how to pressure can. Now, she always knew how to water bath can, but I showed her how to pressure can. We opened that can of brisket. Somebody call the police. You hear me? Whoa! So it comes out right, texture it all. Now I'm scared to can milk. Why? What's the best pressure cooker? The one that you have. It's just like your self-protection. What's the best one? The one you have on your hip. What's the best pressure canner? The one you have in your kitchen ready to go. You tore that brisket up. You was there, TLC. Ooh. That thing was righteous. Say hot pack or raw pack, it all gets cooked the same in the pressure cook canner. Right. Now, if you do cook certain things first before you can it, you're really double cooking it, and you will come out with some mush. So always keep that in mind. Some people like to brown it a little bit. I got a friend, Miss Mama, Daughter, Sister. She browns her meat first, and then she basically kind of raw packs it. Okay, because I think it will get thick in the jar. What will get thick in the jar, Burrows? Blossom Gardening. What will get thick? Oh, the milk. Well, Homestead Heart did a milk, she canned some milk. You might want to check her out. Can you cold pack with a marinade? Yes. Okay, that's a good question. Um, this is nothing more but chicken broth. This is just chicken broth. So what I did, put a little water in there, like what you see right now. I ain't gonna turn this upside down, but you can see the juice in there. Let me see. You can see that juice. I put pepper in there and the chicken broth, made it kind of like a little marinade and set it right there on the bottom, shook it up a little bit, raw packed the chicken, and now we have that. And when I tell you it tastes incredible, that's what it tastes. So yeah, and it depends on what you got in that marinade too. Don't let me stop that too. He said, "Oh my goodness, no one should be going hungry with this knowledge, man." I got food all over. Listen, I've been canning now for 2 years. Imagine how much food I got. Imagine that. Listen, people give me their fruit off their trees from my route. People give me all of this stuff. And what do I do with it? I bring it home. It don't just be fruit from my garden. I do fruit and food from my garden, chickens from my coop, and then I go out and hunt for food. That's what you're supposed to be doing. This ain't for YouTube all the time. Just because you ain't seen me put up no video, don't mean I'm not in here getting my grind on. Homestead Heart said, Aoki is delicious. What's going on, Raju? Say, Bronze, put some water. Okay. Let me see, Homestead Heart. All right. Okay. Oh, Miss Mama, daughter, sister in the house too? Yeah, she did it too. There are videos of people reusing pasta sauce jars with screw-on lid. I can't understand those videos. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. If they have the level of knowledge to do it or something, to each his own. But good luck with that. And I don't even think those jars are rated for this kind of pressure. It's the same as, I don't know. It's to each his own. I wouldn't do it. On my quest to start canning, I purchased some mason jars and they were making some pinging sounds while on the way home. This normal. Yes, that means the heat from you getting them out of the store, which was air conditioned, and you bring them out in the sunlight, the heat changed while in your car. Every time you buy jars, you're going to hear that on the way home. A lot of them going to start pinging, but they ain't like a real ping. It's the temperature fluctuating inside the jar that'll suck that oxygen in. I told you, oxygen in water expands and decreases when the temperature drops or rises. So yes, that's normal. Really, really normal. Let me see. Canned sweet potatoes, how did it taste? I ain't canned no sweet potatoes yet. When canning meat like your chicken or lamb, how long can you keep? You're supposed to always just pay attention to your canned goods. Don't put no date on how long you think it's going to last. Just keep your eyes on it and rotate it. You're supposed to you're supposed to keep canning forever. So as you bring in new stuff, start running out of room for old stuff, bring that old stuff to the front and eat it. So definitely, what matters is how long the steel stays intact. Correct. Who was that? Oh, okay. Food dehydrators and pressure cookers, how you think? Food dehydrators and pressure cookers, how you think? I don't understand your question, my friend. Does Asian pear look like an apple outside and inside? Yes. Yes, it does. I have access to a tree, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what it is. Yes, it does. An Asian pear looks exactly like an apple. It almost looked like an apple and a pear had a baby on the outside because some of them is kind of russet. and on the inside it's crisp like a honey crisp apple. Very sweet. You are so welcome, Shashamine. Said, thank you, Led and Miss Led. I learned a lot from you both. Thank you so much. Let me see. Burning Daylight Homestead. Can I can chili with beer in it? Do it and let me know. There you go. All right, Josephine. You have a nice day, okay? Is it good to get a food dehydrator and pressure cooker? Are you going to use it is the question. That'll tell you everything. If you're not going to use it, no. If you're not going to use your equipment, don't buy it. Save it for people that's really, truly looking for it. If you need it and how important it is, yes, it's an excellent idea. That's why we're all canning right now. You got 700 people in the room right now talking about canning and saving our lives. You got to figure that one out for yourself, okay? Let me see. Well, hey, Nicole Grove. I'm actually rotating my canned goods now in my garage. They have been there for almost a year, so it's time. Y'all caught me rotating my food. I did a whole video on it. My food and my prep gear. You always go back and check your stuff, your water, your preps, your canned goods, everything. You just don't put it away and just forget about it. Said canning fish is easy. Now, that's one I haven't done yet. I would like to can some salmon. Can you reuse jars, but lids need to be replaced? Yes, you can reuse the jars forever, as long as they ain't got no cracks or nothing in them. The lids you're gonna have to replace. And I'm not gonna tell you something I've done, and I keep my eye on it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you. I did an experiment because I got some lids that still look perfect. And once I used them, like the one with the brisket, I reused that lid and I kept that can separate. That can of food is somewhere completely separate from the rest, so I can keep an eye on it. And I'm labeled it so I know I reused this lid. This is the second time around with this lid. I just wanted to try it. So far, so good. If I dehydrate and powder food, do I need to pressure can it after I preserve it? If you dehydrate it and powder it, no. I don't. That's a question. I can't answer that question. I'm not sure because that's doing a lot of stuff to it. And it depends on what you're talking about. Canning is out of the question for that. But you might want to look into, it depends on what you dehydrated and powdered. You might want to go straight to Mylar bags if all the moisture is out of it. I would need to know exactly what kind of food you're talking about. Well, they might be talking about storing it, Aoki. I will put it in Mylar bags and seal it, depending on what it is. But if you were to just put it in jars, I wouldn't waste jars doing that. But if you were to put it in jars, I don't see, you wouldn't have to do that at all. Let me see. See, I think Granny Karma dehydrated veggies, then canned them. Like I said, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. It just see, that's so much power, so much energy, and just, to me, it seemed wasteful. But what do I know? I'm a student. As long as it's stored in a dry container. There you go. Jeannie and you and Lady Lead have leveled my prep game way up. Thanks so much for the knowledge. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. Just use your old spaghetti sauce jars for dehydrated items. Now that is what I would reuse my jars for. I already reuse them for drinking out of. But that's a good one. I would reuse those type of jars. I wouldn't try to re-pressure can with those. But to store stuff in, excellent idea. Can you vacuum seal jars using a brake bleeder? I don't know. I don't know. If you do it, let me know how it turns out, okay? Be careful. Let me see. FYI, classical spaghetti sauce jars are mason jars with measurements. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. Kathy Hall said they were regular lids, but I was always looking for wide mouth because I already have some. They probably do wide mouth. You just have to check to. You know something, family? I got wide mouth jars. Now I get them because when I had a phone call. I don't like wide mouth jars. I don't like wide mouth jars because it's hard to find lids for them. That's the only reason. I like how easy they are to use. You don't always need a little funnel, but I don't like trying to hunt for jars for it. Let me get off here, y'all. I done had y'all for an hour and a half. I'm sorry. I'm ready to roll again. So let me see. I gotta go out here and till this garden, and later on I'm gonna run this ground beef back through this canner, and I'm gonna can some more stuff. But I gotta get this garden popping. All right. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day, and please don't be scared to can. Don't be scared to can. Oh my God, don't be scared to can. Get this food up, get this up, get it going, because ain't nothing out there. Ain't nothing out there. You see it, you ain't gotta listen to me. You go in them stores, you see the same thing I see. I don't care where you live at. You see the same thing I see. Ain't nothing on them shelves. They front facing. If you ever worked in a grocery store, front facing. Pull that one box of cereal to the front. That one bag of beans to the front. Ain't nothing behind there, right? So everybody stay safe, prep and pray. Get your canning game up. We're going to have a party. I'm going to announce it. And I want all of our new canners to join me, another new canner, while we do it. We're going to have Miss Mama, Daughter, Sister, Homestead Heart, probably Granny Karma. We're going to be making some phone calls to the pros, okay? And they're going to hip us to the scene, man. So, thank you guys so much. Everybody have a wonderful day. Live Farmer 73. I got all kind of work to do, and I had to grab my boy so I can give you one last time. There is no such thing as him. No matter how many times you rub on this jar, it ain't going to get done for you. Okay? You got to get up off that couch and go get your job done yourself. Stop waiting around for him to do some kind of magic for you. There's no such thing. Guava. You see your Homestead Heart. Guava. Everybody have a wonderful day.